Zenless Zone Zero did exactly what I thought was going to happen, and they made a whole bunch of money. Now, people are saying, Mtashed, you made a video saying ZZZ is a failure. No, I did not.
Penis head.
Nah, he did it.
Way Jar Jar.
He said,
Penis head.
well, I mean,
Way
okay,
Jar
to be
Jar.
fair, though, right? I love this take. You want to know why I love this take that he's having right now? We live in an era of headline readers, thumbnail lookers. If you put this as your fucking thumbnail, and that's your title, like, a lot of people are just not going to watch your video and just jump to the conclusion, unfortunately. You know? But... So when you do a bait and switch title and a thumbnail, like, unfortunately, a lot of people just don't bother watching. I will say, as someone who watched the video, he does not say ZZ is gonna fail. He says ZZ is gonna be very successful. It's just not a great streaming game, he says, right? Which is very different from saying ZZZ is not a good game, right? But
I made a video talking about Zenless Zone Zero and how I think that it's not the most fun game to watch, but it's a fun game to play. And the overall response from the community is, yeah, it was. We spent $96 million on the game.
I mean, again, I still don't agree with his take on that. I agreed with his other takes in that video, but the take about it's not fun to watch, I think Zenless Zone Zero is as fun as any gacha game is to watch. Right? Because Zenless Zone Zero, especially if you're free to play or a lower spender, you still have challenges like pushing Shiyu defense, pushing Hollow 11, right? Stuff like that. So there is content there. So like people who are interested in the game, everybody typing nah, you guys just don't like ZZZ. Shut the fuck up. Your opinion doesn't matter. I'm talking about people who like ZZZ, who want to watch for ZZZ, right? There's still content there for people to enjoy, to watch, right? It's just that at the end of the day, like, for me, if you find yourself not being watched as much, I don't think it's because the game, right, is bad. It's probably you're not doing enough to entertain the chat, right? I will say, there's obviously games that are very boring to watch. Agreeable, but I don't think Zenless Zone Zero is one of those that are just straight up boring to watch. I don't think so. I think it's just like a lot of gacha games, you know? There isn't that much going on, and unless you're doing a challenge mode, it's pretty much just chatting category, right? It really is. It is like every other gacha, but, you know, and I think Mtashed admitted it on his reply to my tweet, where he basically said, you know, he did shoot himself in the foot, right? In the video, he talks about how when Honkai Star Rail came out, his viewership was great, which is true. But like, you have to remember, going into Honkai Star Rail, he was someone who really was excited for Honkai Star Rail. He was going crazy about it. He was doing a free-to-play account challenge, all this stuff, right? So he was enjoying HSR. So people are gonna be more receptive if you're enjoying the game, right? For ZZZ, he was hyped getting into it. Then day one, he's like, I hate this game. It's like, okay. If you do that, nobody's gonna want to watch anymore, and then your viewers just gonna go down, right? So like, you have to. He does understand that he shot himself in the foot there. So that is true for ZZ. But I've seen also like a lot of YouTubers been saying they're like ZZZ content has been some of their worst performing content out of any Hoyo game. I can't speak on that. For me, ZZZ's the first video of all time I've ever made that hit 100,000 views. You know, like, my ZZZ, like, videos have been doing pretty decently, actually. Like, the dev note videos and stuff like that. So, like, ZZZ has been doing fine for me. For ZZZ analytically, for streams as well, ZZZ is, like, my generally peak category for, like, the past, like, couple of weeks as well. So, like, I mean, now you can make the argument, it's like, okay, but I do usually get to ZZZ around, like, you know, halfway point of my stream, which is usually, like, you know, around the time my viewership would peak anyway. So, it's like, that argument might be moot, but... You know, maybe, but I feel like, you know, ZZ has been pretty good for me, myself. So I can only speak about that. I can't speak on everybody else's analytics, but...
I never said that the game was a commercial failure. I just said that it's probably not going to have the best numbers on Twitch, and for my channel especially, it's been relatively dead, because I'm just not entertaining or fun to watch. But... this
okay,
game...
bro, what was that? Why was that dead air there? Come on. Listen, Okay, I don't know about Mtashed's live streams because I don't really watch them, but I think Mtash is actually a very fucking funny guy on his videos. He like does these things that are like a lot, you know, like there's some he does some comedic things, right, that are funny in his videos. He does video recording very well, but I don't know about live streams. I don't really watch his live streams too much.
Topped off with $96 million. This is pretty crazy. Now, the thing is a lot of people are comparing Zenless Zone Zero to Wuthering Waves, and they're saying, wow, Wuthering Waves only did $46 million. And only $29 million this month. This did $96 million at the launch. And my response to that is, I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how. I think maybe some of it comes down to all the free 5 stars that people got in Wuthering Waves. But zero part of me, not even like a little bit of me, was tempted to spend money in Zenless Zone Zero because everything was so easy. And I was like, I don't really need anyone else. I don't.
Yeah, but like, is that take even fair? Like, Mtash just generally doesn't spend money in gachas anyways, right? He mostly does free-to-play challenges anyways, or free-to-play accounts nowadays. So it's like, it's whatever. And I do think also, if you've been like really keeping track of the Wuthering Waves community, and you know, I've been playing Wuthering Waves every fucking day since launch, right? Generally, the reception of Changli was very mixed, right? There were the Coomers who were like, "Oh my god, Changli's hot, I will just pull." But then there were a lot of people who are like, Changli, you know, she does less damage than my Jin Shi in a full rotation. Omega lol. Like, yikes, terrible. And they're like just not wanting to roll for her. And it's like, you know, there's that. So I feel like if you have been receptive to the WuWa audience, it wouldn't be too surprising to you that, you know, July revenue was not that crazy. I mean, okay. But with context, $29 million is still a lot of fucking money, right? This is still a very well-performing gacha game. Top 5, right? Okay, it got 6 because of Love and Deep Space's Giga Chad power. And Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle had fucking Beast Gohan. But, right? Essentially top 5, right? We could essentially say. So, like, it's doing extremely fucking well. But I think it is expected that the revenue will go down. Because June is, you know, we got remnants of Yinlin plus Jinshi, and Jinshi was literally lauded as the animation creep, power creep, orbital nuclear laser cannon that she was, and everybody and their mother saw big numbers and wanted her. So the numbers for Jinshi were just fucking humongous, you know? His name is Himhan. Shut the fuck up. That's the worst name ever for any gacha character I've ever heard, okay?
And only 20... I think maybe some of it comes down to all the free 5 stars that people got in Wuthering Waves. But zero part of me, not even like a little bit of me, was tempted to spend money in Zenless Zone Zero because everything was so easy. And I was like, I don't really need anyone else. I don't really care. I think they give some...
Another point to that is, I do, at the end of the day, believe gacha games are not marketed to people who have multiple kids and are married. They're marketed to losers, loners, young people, you know? Like, Mtash is a married man with multiple kids, a house. Like, that's just not what gacha games are generally marketed to, you know?
Pretty good 4-star units and things that you could compete with, you know? Ambi was actually pretty damn good. I don't know, man. I didn't think it would do that good of revenue, based on the viewership. But again, viewership isn't everything. That's what this entire video was about. Viewership does not mean that the game is not going to be successful financially. And not only is it number 1, it doubled the
I mean, again, right? Like, I literally pointed out, chat, how many people are watching Fate Grand Order on average? Like 100 to 200 people ever on Twitch. Shit's fucking top 10 consistently across the year, right? Like, fucking analytics mean jack shit for revenue. You know,
best.
Twitch also. Twitch is a very small corner of the universe, chat. This is why if I go to a convention or if I go to any public space, if I'm walking with like Jake, Twanto, right, or Ziox, right, for every 10 people at an anime convention, 6 or 7 recognize Twanto and Ziox. 1 recognizes me. And why? Am I as big as them on Twitch? I'd say I'm bigger than Jake on Twitch. I'm obviously smaller than Nick on Twitch, but like their YouTube reach is humongous, right? Twitch is so small compared to the possible reach that YouTube has. YouTube is just another it's another galaxy, you know? And so like Twitch analytics are one of the worst things to go off of. I think Twitch analytics right alongside with Google Trends is probably some of the stupidest things people keep using as references for success. They're really not useful fucking information, you know?
The next best, and this is pretty wild. Now, these aren't unheard of numbers. You can see just a month before, Honkai Star Rail did 95 million. HoYoverse just makes a ton of money. That's all there is to it. They make a ton of...
HoYoverse is good at selling their product. They know how to do their job. They have been in this industry for years, and it's obvious that they know how to manage the data they have better. The quality of the game is almost a side effect. In addition, using 1 month of earnings in case of ZZZ or 4 months in the case of WuWa as a sample of an analysis is stupid. The economic trend is analyzed at least after a year. The instantaneous data says little. Yeah, obviously, this is why I specifically said yesterday, and as well as today, right? The, I guess, long-term success or lack of success of ZZZ will be determined. Same for WuWa after a couple months, up to a year, you know? And then we'll see where they are, right? Because a lot of these gacha games, the thing is, right? These gacha games, right? First couple patches of a new version or a release, big, bangers, and then it dies down, right? Dies down, and then that point at which it dies down is generally the general, like, you know, baseline that they stagnate at, right? And we need to discover where WuWa and ZZZ's baseline will be, and that's not something you can tell from 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. You need like at least half a year to a year to determine where that baseline will fall for, right? And again, right, like this is something I've been saying. HoYoverse is literally the Apple of gacha games, right? I don't know who the Samsung of gacha games might be. Tencent? Actually, maybe it's better to say Tencent is the Apple of mobile games and HoYoverse is the Samsung. Maybe that's better because Tencent makes a ridiculous amount of fucking money with all their games and are way bigger. So maybe that's more accurate. But yeah, it's like that. Tencent is the Amazon. Yeah, Tencent don't make games, but they own all the motherfuckers that make the game. They own all the games. For his viewership in particular, he made himself out to be a ZZ hater and didn't really make his audience like watching it either, so it was kind of obvious ZZ wouldn't do well for him. I mean, I still saw him with like decent numbers, to be honest, you know? But obviously it wasn't any close to his HSR peak. Mtashed had a very big HSR spike, if I recall, because he was doing like the whole free-to-play thing, right? It was going very well, right? Tencent made $600 million in 1 month from Dungeons & Fighter and Honor of Kings mobile. Hoyo will never reach that. Yeah, but like, see, I'm telling you, people are brain rotted. What? Okay, chat. If I told you in League of Legends you could swipe $10 more to fucking start the game with 5 more AD than the enemy player, like, would you want to play that game? A game where you could literally start with have more stats because you swipe more? That's just the stupidest thing ever. But people like that in China for some reason. People like being able to pay for stats in a PvP game. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Of money, and between all of their games, they're making hundreds of millions of dollars a month. So make good quality of life changes, make good updates to the game like you have with HSR, and nobody will complain. You've got the money to do it, so do it. And that's all it comes down to. A lot of people view these... HoYoverse just makes a ton of money. That's all there is to it. They make a ton of money, and between all of their games, they're making hundreds of millions of dollars a month. So make good quality of life changes, make good updates to the game like you have with HSR, and nobody will complain.
think anybody's complaining about ZZZ right now. I think ZZZ, I think ZZZ might even be better than HSR for dev reception. You know, like they were so quick with that dev note, just like off rip, immediately addressing everything. You know, they have been very, very good. Like, obviously, I don't want to use Genshin as the baseline because it's literally at the gutter, but Genshin, you don't get shit, right? I mean, those fucking the little dev notes that we get from Genshin are pretty much like, who the fuck cares most of the time, right? It's about teapot shit, or like fucking here's a new artifact loadout system, but it's not loadout, it's just a new one. And then with the next one is like, is that, remember that artifact loadout system we included? But now it's a different loadout with extra filters. Like, fuck you. We got that shit going on over there. But like, HSR has been very good, but I think ZZZ has been even quicker on the pickup, right? Now, obviously, it could maybe be because, you know, they obviously care for the success of their game, but also I think it, you know, like, this is something I will keep saying. I think Genshin, progressively, as their games, newer and newer, or not Genshin, HoYoverse, their newer and newer games seems to have more and more, like, caring devs. I think Genshin has the least caring devs, and their marketing team is ancient dinosaurs that literally go hire some fucking, like, random nobody Russian actors for Instagram ads that play terribly and super cringe. HSR does smart things like Stream Reward, Pom-Pom collabs. HSR does so many things that are like actually smart marketing moves. And then ZZZ's like got that whole thing going with, like, you know, fighting games, and, you know, they're very receptive from the dev point of view. It's like, legitimately, it's like Genshin, old boomers. HSR, it's like, okay, they're like, you know, my generation, and then, you know, ZZZ's like Zoomers, right? So, we'll see. Olympics were smart. I think HSR sponsoring the Olympics was actually pretty fucking smart. Like, I think so. Now, do I think it's as smart as Omega? No. I don't know if you guys saw the first Chinese man to ever win an Olympic gold in the 25-meter for swimming. Yesterday, I think it was for freestyle. I don't fucking remember, right? Yesterday, right? Huge, right? And guess what? In every fucking photo of him winning that, there's a giant Omega symbol, a watch company, just plastered right there next to him. And that's like fat advertisement stonks. Now, obviously HSR isn't there, but, you know, I think the amount of eyes that are on the Olympics, it's still substantial. I'm sure HSR still gets some turnover from that, you know? Too bad Omega is shit. Too bad you have shit taste in watches. The Olympics played a Snow Peak OST during the... Yeah, I heard about that as well. Do you not think that's intentional by HoYoverse to maintain Genshin like this and link to HSR and ZZ doing well in comparison? Maybe, but I hate that as a player who enjoyed Genshin and still does enjoy Genshin, because it feels like HoYoverse doesn't care about the people who got them to where they are, and are just, because, like, let's be honest, it wasn't, I mean, sure, Honkai Impact, sure, got me Hoyo, you know, up on the pedestal, you know, gave them a big boost, but Genshin Impact is what gave them the gigantic fucking boost to become the company that they are now, right? And to feel like that they care so little about the player base that got them to where they are feels like shit, you know? I get it. Genshin's doing changes. They added Imaginarium Theater. They're doing all these things, but it's like there's still so many other things that, you know, it's been 4 fucking years. Like, come on, man. Like, can we just get actual artifact loadouts? You know, it took them 3 years to fucking figure out how to do Abyss skill resets. The amount of times I've called the Genshin developers some subhuman evil language for every time I had to restart an Abyss floor and my Xingqiu E was on 25-second cooldown and I want to rip my hair out for 3 years. That's just terrible, man. Like, come on. You have made so much money, billions of dollars past 3 years, and like quality of life is just so slow, you know? And HSR has been through 8 years, no? How the fuck has HSR been 8 years? HSR's been out for 1 year. What do you say, Tuturu? Huh? What? You talk about Honkai Impact? Honkai Impact and HSR are not the same game. Honkai Impact is very different from HSR. They're different games, different developers. Different team entirely. Isn't HSR Honkai? Oh, okay. And StarCraft Brood War is StarCraft, so is StarCraft Brood War and StarCraft 2 have the same developers and same developer team and marketing? That's not the same. Age of Empires 1 and Age of Empires 3 are the same thing, right? No, what? No, that's not how that works. What? If you're developing... Okay, that's... Okay.
You've got the money to do it, so do it. And that's all it comes down to. A lot of people view these revenue things as like the PvP of Gacha. Which game is going to pop off? But at the end of the day, a lot of these companies are making a ton of money, and it's up to them to keep putting that money into building a game that people want to play.
Yeah, you know what the biggest counterpoint to that is? It's called Fake Grand Order. They've made so much money in the past, like, 8 years or whatever, and they don't care.
Nice
the game is
title,
still a
you
fucking
really.
PowerPoint slideshow. Like, bro, Mtashed is saying all this. Meanwhile, Fake Grand Order is here in fucking, what is this? In 7th place for revenue. Ancient technology. And then if you scroll a little further down, Puzzles and Dragons is there. And that game's been out since like 2014. And it's still making like $19 million in fucking Japan. You know? Like, nah, listen, these gacha games, as sad as it is to admit, they will make millions and millions and billions of dollars. But they still won't fucking improve their game by that much. They'll just stick to the status quo, unfortunately. You know?
I don't know how long these numbers last. But I am definitely surprised that ZZZ made almost $100 million in that first month. But then again...
Technically, it's more because I think this is just mobile revenue, right? It's not even taking into account PC revenue, so...
I feel like I'm the odd man out in these games a lot of the time. I think I don't belong here.
Here we go. Oh my goodness, that sounds so bad.
I think I don't fit in this community.
Bro, and then he ends it like that. This is what I'm talking about, the comedy of Mtashed. Because, like, I don't think he was serious when he's saying this. I feel like this is a bit. And then he just ends the video. You know? Like, that's definitely a bit. You know? I think Mtashed should be an actor instead. You know what's crazy? Mtashed is actually a very good voice actor.
Mtashed realizes
he's
that
actually,
he doesn't like
he
Gacha.
also does a lot of really good impersonations. You know?
What's gonna happen in the next episode to our man? Stay tuned.
Who knows? The people who got them to where they are casuals, and the quality of life they've been doing has been catering to them. Yeah, I get it, right? I don't want to completely shit on the Genshin loadout system, right? Because it's not bad, right? It works, especially for more casual players. It works. But as someone, and maybe this is whale POV a little bit, as someone who has so many sets of fucking builds, I just want to be able to swap them around with one click, right? And just take like my Kaching build and just instantly apply it to my Chlorine build, or instantly move it around here, or like, you know, take like my, emblem set that I know has really good CV and just immediately plaster it and just move it around without having too many different pieces moving around due to different optimizations between characters. It's just, you know... It is what it is, but it's a good system, you know? You have enough relics to have full set on everyone, though? No, I do not. Because my artifacts suck dick. Yeah, maybe it's not whale, it's just an old player issue, right? Maybe. HSR literally gave us filter loadouts. How is that better than Genshin? Sure, they give us quality of life faster, but don't you think their development pipeline is very simple since they are not working on an open world game? That's impossible to say because I'm not a game developer. I don't know whether or not Honkai Star Rail is just a very much easier game to develop than Genshin. Probably is, right? Because open world is, you know, a lot to fucking design. But you can't knock on the fact that HSR does give quality of life a lot faster than Genshin. Like, that's all anybody really wants, right? Don't they have different teams for that? Yeah. Like, faster, yes. Better, no. I don't think it needs to be better than Genshin's quality of life. I think faster is what everybody cares about. Like, let me ask you this. If you have a leak on your roof and your upstairs neighbor is fucking flooding their bathtub and there's just water coming out, right? And someone gave you something to cover that up. It's not perfect, but it's temporary and it works. Wouldn't you rather that than the leak just fucking lasting for another fucking 2 days, right? You would rather something quick just to at least be some type of quality of life, something, right? Rather than just have to wait forever, you know? How's that comparable at all? You're so fucking stupid if you didn't get that. But it's okay. I don't expect intelligence from you, Carlos. Second year of HSR, still no skins, by the way. Okay, don't remind me about that one. Don't remind me about that one. That is one of the fattest L's that HSR has, is that we still don't have fucking skins in the goddamn game. But yeah. So when are we shitting on, so why are we shitting on Genshin right now? It has been pretty good as of late, even with quality of life. No, for sure. But for me, it's like, it's taken so long to get to that point where it's like, wow, now we're getting quality of life, right? Like, this is basically my explanation, right? So my explanation was, as a longtime player of Genshin, right? As someone who still plays Genshin, right? I've lost a lot of, I guess, what's the best term here? I've lost a lot of love for Genshin over the years because these quality of lives took so long. And if these just happened earlier, I feel like my passion for Genshin would be just as good as it was, 2-3 years ago. But it's just that there's so many moments across the past 3.5 years where I've just smashed my desk. I've literally screamed. And it's like, sure, some of you might think it's theatrics, but it's like genuinely I've had the most frustrating moments sometimes doing Abyss Randomizer or doing whatever content. And it's just like, it makes no sense to me. It made no sense to me for years that Genshin can release a temporary combat event that has full skill cooldown resets, energy resets, but they can't move that to Abyss. It just never made sense to me. Because that's just like, it's literally there. You have it. Why could you not do that for 3 years? You know? And like, I get it. We have it now. But it's like, it's one of those things where it feels like it was a little too late. And it's gonna take me a while to find that love for Genshin again, right? Now, granted, HoYoverse's fucking evil master plan worked. My love is now for HSR and ZZZ, so maybe that was their plan all along, right? And maybe that's their plan all along. It's like, keep Genshin shit just shitty enough, or long enough to bait me into their other games, and then start making Genshin better. Cause now I'm already bit into the other games, and I'm still on Genshin. Now it's like, oh fuck, now I'm just getting triple penned, right? Good plan, honestly? I mean, not the best plan. Cause I as much as you guys meme about me having a fucking illness, right? I'm not gonna deny that I am probably a very niche, person. Like, not many people, I think, play gacha games as diseasedly as I do, right? So, like, that plan only works on other people like me. And there's not that many people like me, right? That plays on so many fucking different gacha games, right? You and Toho Sniper are the two I think DJ and gachas the most. I think Rex does as well. Rexcellent. He does play a pretty good array, right? I will say, and I say he's more because you have to understand the amount of money Rex spends is catastrophic. Like, he spends like a four person household's amount of money on his gachas, right? Like, I think on FGO he was over 170,000 or something like that, or basically like nearing 200,000 or more, right? In PGR he's definitely around there as well because he has every fucking character SSS plus, right? Like, I don't think he plays as many gacha games because he's a big Final Fantasy lover as well. Final Fantasy 14. He spends a lot of time playing that. So he doesn't play as many gacha games, but the amount of money he spends is on another tier, right? And Toho does not spend that much money either, right? Toho is like more like me, I think. I think Toho is a whale, but not like a excellent whale, you know? Rex is... How we afford that? Well, one of the biggest memes back in the FGO days, back when I used to be in those FGO discords, was that we all just speculated that Rex was just a Saudi Arabian oil prince. That was just a joke of the town, that he has to be some oil prince. Like, how the fuck does he afford all this? You know? That's generally what everybody thought for the longest time, you know? Didn't Toho literally roll NP26 Scotty? What the fuck? Why? I've never heard of that. Damn. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Rex, I mean, all I know is Rex works a very, or did work, or is still working maybe? I don't know. I don't know if he has gone full-time CC, but he has been working like very, very nice jobs. Like, I think we could go into probably Rex's like old fake videos and you'll see he is such a Giga Oiler. Yeah, like, what is this? What is this? Let me see that again. This is a budget free-to-play comp. Ah, yes. Double NP5 with max MLB. Yeah, true. Ah, yes. Free-to-play. Ah, I love when I'm free-to-play. Like, just look at these. NP5, 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 NP5. Okay, that's a support NP5 though, right? Like, he is, you know, he is the original Giga Whale. NP5, NP5, comma, and Scotty. You know? Like, he is the original. Like, I don't think I know another whale as well from the FGO community that is as well known as Rex is. Right? Rex is definitely the most well-known FGO whale, right? You know, I was not that big of an FGO whale. This is 3 years ago?
I don't know what it is.
There's no shot.
I think I know what I want.
I'd already committed to the meme, so just like what any good whale would do, I rolled another.
Do.
That's just not.
Oh boy, this is going.
Brother, I don't think 30,000 views. Wow, only 5,162 Saint Quartz? Hold up. How many Saint Quartz is it per pack? What was it? 5,162. It's like 168 per pack, right? 167? My bad. Math was wrong. Okay, it was only it's only $3,000? Did he just have really good luck? There's no shot it only cost him $3,000 for NP what? 26? Scotty? Oh no, this is Scotty times 6. Oh, you motherfuckers lied. This is 6 Scotties. Oh wait, no, did he mean 6 by 6? Did he mean 6 NP5s? No shot, right? Oh no, okay. No, chat, so something a lot of you guys don't know when I talk about the FGO pity system, it's this. This is how the FGO pity system works. And I recently found this out. So, the FGO pity is like 300 rolls, right? And you get that rate up character. Done. That's done. No more pity. Every other character you just gotta get. Get lucky. It just is one pity. That's it. Every other one, you better pray to Jesus you get lucky. You know? How much does MP26 Scotty cost? I got no clue what that means. I have no idea. Can't be carried either. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it resets per banner, right? I got lucky and got Mao Nobu and Spishtar MP5 about 920 SQ each. What the fuck? That's actually pretty fucking good. Damn. Does really have a lot of impact on the chart? What is this? We missed the 3 days of Chang Li banner of WuWa, so her peak of sale. WuWa should be 10 to 15 million higher than Yinlin sales. Top 8 most profit app at Yinlin banner and top 4 at Chang Li. I mean, sure. I don't know. When did Chang Li banner start? Hang on, chat. Let me check my sponsor. So they told me the exact date. I just need to look there. So my sponsor was on July 22nd. Chang Li banner did not start July 22nd. What? No shot. Was it? Was it July 22nd? Yes. Oh, now I get what their point is. So if you guys don't know, their point is, so at a certain point, the mobile revenue, like, charting stuff broke for like 2-3 days, and like things just like weren't getting counted, right? So I think that's their point. But like, again, sure, that definitely affects Chang. If it's true, that affects Chang Li the most, but it will also imply that other games would have gotten a decent boost as well, you know? Because when did Zuyuan drop? When was Zuyuan banner start? Zuyuan banner was pretty close to there as well, no? 24th? Zuyuan was 24th? Okay, then that affects Zuyuan sales as well, right? So ZZZ would be even higher. Oh, it only affected WuWa? Why did that only affect WuWa? What the fuck? Oh, is this where the conspiracy theorists come out and say HoYoverse, this is their master plan to stop Wuthering Waves from showing their revenue properly? So I've seen that going around, by the way. I've seen people have this speculation that HoYoverse cares so much about gacha revenue charts, so they sabotage and DDoSed Kuro games so their revenue wouldn't be reported accurately on those days. Which, I don't know about that one. I think that was just like way too tinfoil hat, but you know, that should fuck with Firefly banner and should have been more and made Yinlin look better than it actually was last month. That's why the Sensor Tower is asked. Yeah, I mean, this is why I don't live by Sensor Tower, you know? I always preface it by saying these are just estimations, right? And it is obviously missing a lot of revenue, right? I actually 100% believe that global revenues always look quite low on Sensor Tower and a lot lower than they probably are in reality, generally because there's a lot of parts in the world that actually play these games a lot more on PC than on phone, right? So that's there as well. Sensor Tower is not even accurate though? Yeah. Missing PC sales hurts WuWa the most? Well, okay, but let's be honest, who created that problem? Hey, the reason why I can't sympathize with that is because who created that problem? Kuro created that problem by making the, you know, Wuthering Waves not run that well in a lot of phones, right? So that's not the world's fault. That's Kuro's fault. You know, I will say though, I don't know if Wuthering Waves is still that bad on the mobile. I haven't actually heard that many complaints still, but maybe all the people that have been complaining quit already. I don't know. Maybe some people in chat can tell me if they play on mobile, if it's been good or bad or worse, you know? It still is. You play games on phones? I do sometimes, yeah. That's why you see my phone has a bunch of gacha games installed. I have Nika installed. I have I have Geo installed all the time. I generally have Genshin or HSR installed somewhere just because if I'm traveling, I need to do dailies. And I have Wuthering Waves installed on my Samsung phone as well. So I generally have all my gachas installed that I'm actively playing. I do need to install ZZZ on one of my phones. That is something I need to do. But yeah. By the way, since there's new banners every single week between all Hoyo games plus WuWa now, does that mean you're gonna spend every single week? Okay, are you new here? I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's not even a thing. Like, that's not even new here. Like, I'm pretty sure I spend every fucking day. Like, anyone who's been around here long enough knows. Like, it might be a weird day if I'm not swiping. You know? Like, I'm pretty much swiping every day of the week. It's not a good thing. I'm not proud of it, but. And I probably should stop, but it's just, you know? Fucking Satan and his gambling tendencies tempt me every day.